Welcome to Before the Bid, your connection to some of the world's best livestock sales. Stay tuned as your host, Andy Howe, takes you coast to coast, stopping along the way to talk with producers about their operation, their livestock, and of course, their upcoming sales. Let's get to it.
Welcome, friends, to this Before the Bid podcast. And on this one, we are not going to talk livestock. We are going to talk about a consignment auction that is in its 56th year. And this one is going to be in Indiana, and it is going to be held at the new Salem Lions Club. The sale will be on February 25th, 2023. It will start at 9 a.m., and we will get into talking about some of the things that will go on with this and how many rings and how many things will be online and some of those details here. And on the phone with me here, I have the head auctioneer for this that has taken over this sale and has been a big part of this sale for quite a few years. And so, again, a return guest here on Before the Bid and a good friend of mine and a guy that has put me in a lot of good positions to be successful. And so I appreciate him for doing that. And on the phone with this one from Harmeyer Auction and Appraisal, we have back Rusty Harmeyer. And Rusty, appreciate you coming back and being on the podcast.
I'm sure happy to be with you, Andy. It's my pleasure. Always look forward to visiting with you, and I certainly appreciate the opportunity.
And I appreciate the opportunity as well because not only are we going to be talking about this one, you have been nice enough to ask me to come help with this one. So excited about that.
Yeah, you and I, we've been friends for a lot of years and never really had very many opportunities to work an auction together. And I'm really excited about having you come up and help with this. This is, like you mentioned, this is the 56th year for this consignment auction. New Salem is a small community just southeast of Rushville, Indiana, and in east central Indiana. And the Lions Club and the area fellas there that is members of the club, they've been doing this for a lot of years, and everything that they make out of the auctions goes right in to fund all of their programs and projects that they do within the community. So it's a great opportunity for the folks in East Central Indiana to have an outstanding place to market their equipment and lawn and garden type items, trucks, trailers, cars, those kind of things. And then, like I said, the money that is made not only from selling the concessions and the food, but the commission that is charged, that's what supports that New Salem Lions Club program. And just a great bunch of guys, as you mentioned. I've been involved with this sale for several years. Just over the last 3 years, they've asked me to kind of step in and take over a little bit more of the managerial role, if you will, and help them providing with the computerized clerking, cashiering, check-in, check-out. And last year we offered one ring of real-time simulcast bidding, and that was received extremely well and was very successful. And so this year we've expanded that, and we're actually offering 2 of the 3 rings that you'll be able to bid real-time simulcasts as we're selling the items.
Right. And you are no stranger to doing those types of sales, as you have your auction company there as well. And you guys do these sales all the time.
Yeah, we do. This is our 23rd year, I guess, in being in business as an auction and an appraisal company. And I started out actually as a real estate appraiser and then became an auctioneer and gravitated into the auctioneer field. And we still do a tremendous amount of real estate appraising and personal property appraisals. As we was talking earlier there before the show, I just came back from up in northwestern Indiana doing a large farm equipment auction, and we do quite a few of those as well. But yeah, we do most of our auctions for personal property auctions, equipment type auctions, are online only as a timed event. But anytime that we do a live event, we always have a online presence. And with this particular auction and being involved with, we are not only having our own website. You can go to our harmeyerauction.net and log in and bid real time with us, but you can also get there through highbid.com and And so we're going to have real-time simulcast bidding in the 2 rings. And then, of course, we'll have a huge crowd with us, on the ground in front of us to be there bidding live. I know last year we had over 1,400 bidder numbers out and over 800 registered bidders online for the sale.
Oh, wow. So it's a huge sale, and that will keep some auctioneers and ringmen busy with all the simulcasting and things like that going on.
Yeah, it will. We're going to run 3 rings, possibly 4, but right now it looks like we're going to be able to do it in 3 rings. 1 ring will just be live only, and then, like I mentioned, we're going to have 2 rings. Ring 1 and 2 are both going to be available for real-time simulcast bidding, and we're kind of splitting the equipment up where it's mainly in ring 1 is going to be mainly tractors, planters, combines, kind of all things row crop, if you will. And then ring 2 is going to be mostly livestock oriented type things, livestock equipment, hay equipment, manure handling equipment. Ring 2 will sell all of our cars and our trucks and trailers and those things. So we're trying to kind of keep like things together the best we can.
Right.
But when you end up with 1,000 consignments,
right.
Sometimes you just kind of run out of real estate, and you got to put them wherever you got a place to park them too.
Right. So bring a friend or 2 or 3
yes,
if you have a lot of different interests.
We absolutely encourage everybody to bring a friend. We do try to kind of follow a map, if you will, but the Lions Club property is about 20 acres and probably will have equipment on 6 or 7 of it. So, unless you bring your track shoes, you probably ought to bring a friend in case you got more than one item you're interested in.
Right. Do you allow carts to run around there if they bring their golf cart?
We've never really encouraged golf carts or UTVs, but we've also not discouraged them. So, we have some folks, especially some of the, how do I want to say this, more experienced auction goers. Some of those folks will bring their golf cart or their gator or UTV, and they'll tool around the property with that. And like I said, we don't discourage it, but we just really haven't made a big deal about inviting folks because again, you can have too many of those just as well.
Right. If 1,400 bidders running around there, and if a third of them have carts, why that gets to be a traffic jam.
Yeah, we're gonna have a traffic jam for sure. But the Lions Club, those guys do a great job. There's all kinds of concessions available. They start in the morning with biscuits and gravy for breakfast, and then gravitate into ribeye steaks and pork chops and burgers and brats and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, there's always desserts and cookies and pie and things like that, and all the different kind of drinks that anybody would want. So really a nice event. The facility's easy to get to. It's right on US 52, about 4 miles southeast of Rushville. The guys have done such a great job over the last 50 some years to really manage it, get it laid out right, and it's pretty accommodating.
Right. And of course, I guess we should mention all outside. There's not much inside at all.
No, the only thing that's inside is the food.
Right.
And there is one restroom available inside, but there'll be plenty of portalettes as well.
Right.
So, but no, it's all outside. So if it's cold, bundle up. If it's raining, bring an umbrella and your mud boots.
Right. Well, yeah, good to know for these guys and for the bidders and for the auctioneers as well. I guess it appears that it is supposed to be decent. Next week is the sale. We're recording before, of course, but it appears that it's supposed to be decent.
Yeah, from what I've seen as far as the long-term forecast, it is pretty favorable. Boy, we've had some pretty tough weather there over the years, and what always seems to be the worst is if we get 2 or 3 days of rain and then, of course, bringing in equipment and you cut the grass up pretty good and it gets pretty muddy, and then if it's warm on sale day, it really gets muddy with that many folks running around there and tracking it up. But yeah, you won't want to wear your white tennis shoes on auction day, that's for sure.
Right. Well, we'll have to leave those at home. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I would certainly advise to bring some type of boots that you can hose off when you're done, because you're going to get into some mud. I guarantee it.
Right. Rusty, if they want to go look at some things right now, I want to go through a few of these items, but if they want to look at a few things, you have them up on the website.
Yes, right now, every day consignments come in, they are pictured, and all the information is taken. They are added to the catalog, to the website that day. Matter of fact, I talked to Lisa, which is one of the gals that's helping us down there. I talked to her about 7 o'clock this evening, and she was just getting finished up uploading the last bit of pictures on the equipment that came in today. So we try real hard to keep everything as up to date and current as we can. So the easy way to see this is go to harmeyerauction.net, go to the website, click on the Lions Club sale. The catalog will be available. Lisa does a fantastic job with her pictures, and there'll be way more pictures there than is probably necessary, but you'll absolutely be able to get a really good idea of the quality and what equipment's there and the condition that equipment's in. Now, if anybody's in the East Central Indiana area and they just want to drive down and come take a look, they'd sure be more than welcome. There's kind of a steady stream of folks that drive through and do a little window shopping and see what might be coming in. And then some of those guys will come back. We get a little closer to sale time and really spend some time looking and walking everything.
Right. If they are listening to this when it comes out, and I believe hopefully it'll come out before the closing, how long will you take consignments if there is someone around listening that says, hey, I might have a few items here that maybe I would put in there?
Yep. We take consignments from 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday, and the last day that we accept consignments will be the 22nd of February. If anybody that hears this, be available to receive consignment Monday and Tuesday of the sale week.
Okay. Well, that sounds good, and they can call and get a hold of you or just bring it down there to the New Salem Lions Club.
Yeah, they're welcome to call. Again, you go to the website, our office number, contact information's there on the website. You're welcome to call, or just head down and come into the Lions Club. Like I said, we're easy to get to. It's right on 52, 4 miles southeast of Rushville, and you can't miss it. You can't miss it.
Right. I guess one thing that we maybe should hit on, if there's titled items, there will be someone there to take care of those.
Yep.
Okay.
We already have several titled vehicles and trailers consigned, and we have the titles. They're signed. The way we handle the titles, if you pay cash for a titled vehicle, you leave with the vehicle and you leave with the title. We will be happy to take a good check. You can still leave with the vehicle. Once that check is cleared, we'll mail you the title.
Okay.
We are accepting credit cards at the auction. Now, we will not accept credit card payment on a titled vehicle, but other than that, we can accept credit cards if somebody needs or wants to put something on their credit card.
Yeah, that's one of the beauties of the way you guys have computerized the way this thing runs and the way you guys do business.
Yeah, and then the other big benefit is you buy something, you can immediately walk to the office, and when you're there, your invoice is ready. You don't have to wait like you did back before computers, and you had to wait till that sheet of clerking tickets got in, and they were tore up and put in the right little pigeonhole and all that. So, yeah, as soon as you buy something, you can walk in the office and pay for it and take off.
Right. Rusty, let's get into a few of these items that just to highlight, not that we don't think all of those are important, but there's a couple of them that maybe we should highlight to get some interest and things that maybe these bidders should be looking for.
Sure. Sure. And it was earlier in the week when I was physically there, but
Hmm.
and I haven't had a chance to look at the website today, but I know there's a couple Deutz front wheel assist tractors that have less than 4,000 hours on them.
Hmm.
One of those tractors has a loader on it. Really nice cab tractors, been well taken care of. They came from down in the Milan area. Matter
Hmm.
of fact, Andy, probably some friends the Minder family, Jeff and Leah Minders, Clearwater Scimitals.
Okay.
They've been
Sure.
friends
Sure.
of mine for
Yeah.
years, and Jeff called and was asking about maybe consigning some tractors, and I said, hey, we'd love to have you bring them on up, and we're certainly happy that they did that. But he's got a couple front wheel assist tractors there. I know there's a really nice 12-row John Deere planter that came in. We've got a 806 consigned. The pictures are available. The tractor isn't going to come until Monday or Tuesday. The guy, he said it's always set inside the building, and he said I don't want it setting out any longer than it
Right.
has to. So
Absolutely.
he's bringing that down the first part of next week. It's a super nice tractor in great shape and runs well. And there's several other tractors that are there of different sizes, but they're pretty much all functioning and working as they should. I noticed there's two really nice zero-turn lawnmowers there. One's a John Deere, and I think
Hmm.
the other is a Simplicity. Don't quote me on that, but we got a couple nice zero-turn mowers. When I was talking to Lisa earlier today, she mentioned that local guy there in the neighborhood brought two really nice big gravity wagons
Hmm.
on probably 22-inch rubber on the big tires. There is a Duramax diesel Chevy truck. I believe it's an '07 model with miles like in the 140,000 range. But that guy brought in the receipts. He has just spent $11,000 on the engine of that truck.
Wow.
And we asked him, he said, well, you did that. Why are you bringing it down here? He goes, it just sets in the garage. He said, I never drive it anymore. Somebody else might as well drive it and get some good out of it. So
Right.
I know that truck's there. We've got a couple semi-trailers, a newer frameless dump trailer came in that looked really, really good. There's a semi-flatbed trailer. I know there's two New Holland round balers down there.
Hmm.
Guy puts up a lot of hay, and he ran two balers, and he decided to go to the big square bales
Hmm.
this past year, and so he brought his two round balers down, both New Holland. I don't know the number off the top of my head.
855 and an 853.
Okay, there you go.
Just happened to scroll right to them.
There you go. We've got, I know there's two or three, I'm going to guess between 2 and 5 ton bulk bins
Hmm.
that were consigned. We've got some J bunks that were cement J bunks that were consigned. We really, I know Lisa has told me this numerous times. She said, I'm just really pleased with the quality of the consignment that we've got. So I certainly would encourage everybody, if they have any interest or looking for a specific piece of equipment, to check this sale out, because we really do have a nice lineup of equipment, or at least what we've got so far is a lot of good, functional, usable, take home and put it to work kind of equipment.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've scrolled through here a few times, and yeah, anything from forestry equipment to farm equipment to livestock equipment to just about anything.
Yeah, and I did hear we've got, I think we took in an RV that's coming to the sale or is at the sale, and there's a couple chicken houses.
Hmm.
Yeah, one that's on wheels that you can pull around, and then another that more of a just kind of a roost house, and they kind of took the chicken part out and turned it into just a she shed or a storage shed, if you
Hmm.
will. But Lisa was telling me about it. It's really, she said it's really in good shape. So
Right.
yeah, we always get a wide variety of stuff there. There'll be some smaller stuff. We don't have any wagons of hand tools and circular saws and socket sets and things of that. We've kind of tried to move away from that a little bit this year,
Okay.
but we do have a really nice wide variety of items consigned so far.
Right. Looks great. Looks like a lot of fun, and as we mentioned, something for everybody to come out and enjoy the day and support the Lions Club and take some items home.
Sure. Yeah. Like I said, it's been a very big event for the community for a lot of years, and the Lions Club, I can't say enough about that organization, and I'm a member of that organization. But we really do a lot of projects there in the community, from building dugouts at the Little League ballpark. We support the 4-H fair. I think we're giving away 5 or 6 scholarships. I think there's about $10,000 every year in scholarships that we give away. It's all about giving back to the community. And this sale is what really funds that club. It's our only fundraising event, money-making event, and it's grown to the point where we're fortunate enough that this will bring in enough income for the club that we can do all of our projects and meet all of our commitments there in the community, and do it with the support from the folks in this sale.
Right. Well, that's great. Rusty, one more thing. When I come to a sale, is there going to be something there to help me load out?
There is. We've got a pretty good sized telehandler. We've got a really big track skid loader. And then there will always be a couple of the local Lions Club members come down on sale day, and they'll bring their loader tractor or their skid loader and help out. So, yeah, we certainly have some equipment to help you load. And we'll load out there on auction day. We'll load out till about 5 o'clock or so. We try to have everybody gone before it gets dark, just for safety reasons. And then we will load out the day after the auction's the only Sunday that we're there, but we will load out Sunday, and then the following week all that load out equipment will be there. So we give everybody basically 7 days after the auction to come get your stuff, and we'll have our equipment there to help you load. After that, if you can't get your items by what would that be? I think the 3rd of March is the last day the load out equipment will be there. You're welcome to leave it and come get it at your leisure, but if you need a piece of equipment to load, you got to bring it with you.
Right. Okay. Well, that sounds great. I know I'm excited about the sale, and I encourage everybody to get on here. Man, if you're in the agriculture world, there's something here for you.
Sure.
So,
and with the with the real-time simulcast bidding, right. I understand everybody's busy, and maybe it's too far for folks to come and be with us in person, but we'd certainly appreciate and encourage everybody to log on either harmeyerauction.net, highbid.com, and get on the auction and bid right with us as we get to those items. We will have them in sale order, or the best of our ability. We're certainly going to try to have everything in sale order, so it should be really, really smooth to follow along and just be able to bid, and there again you can tell about how many lots it's going to be till we get that item that you're really interested in too.
Right. Any buyer's premium on anything?
There's no buyer's premium if you're with us live. There is buyer's premium if you're going to utilize the online bidding.
Okay. So I guess tell everyone to read that and make sure they know what they're doing if they're going to bid online.
Absolutely. It's real plain in the terms and conditions, but no buyer's premium if you're with us live.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. Yes, 3% online. I just looked at it. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
But yes, sure.
Yeah.
Jump on there and jump on HarmeyerAuction.net. Go down the 2023 New Salem Lions Club auction and look through all of those things. Look through the auction details, through all of the terms and conditions. And if they have any questions about anything, call the office.
They can call the office. Actually, I think there's a contact or number or two there in the catalog that you could reach out to. But just whomever you get a hold of, we're certainly going to be able to answer most of your questions. And if we can't answer it right away, we can certainly get that answer and then get back with you.
Sure. Well, that sounds great. Sure, appreciate it. Rusty, anything else about the sale, or do you want to talk about the auction company anymore?
Like I said, we've been in business for 23 years now. We do quite a few personal property, estate, farm equipment type auctions. That's really our wheelhouse. We get into some more unique items from time to time. We'll do some benefit auctions online for some of the local service organizations. We help facilitate that some. But our business model is really, really simple, Andy. We just treat people the way we want to be treated.
Right.
So we've been very successful and been blessed by a lot of great, wonderful support from the East Central Indiana area, and I'm just proud of my group and the folks that helped me out with getting this all done, because there's no way we could get it done without all those folks. So
Right.
I've got a great team behind me, and we take a lot of pride in what we do and do business the right way, in my opinion.
Right. Absolutely. And a good team to get along with, as you said, and treat you right. So
Yeah, I've got folks. One of the gals has been with me now, I think 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I jokingly say she took me under her wing and taught me the business. But yeah, Kathy's been with me for lots and lots and lots of years, and Rick and Lisa Hartwell. Those are two real important folks, and they've been instrumental in the Lions Club auction. Rick's a fellow Lions Club member, and they have taken the Lions Club auction by the horns, and they really kind of ramrod that deal for me. And then I've got Amy and Tony Element, another husband and wife team, that they do a lot of our estate type auctions. And Amy is a woodworker, and so she'll do some woodworking auctions and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, they just got done doing a welding shop, so
Oh,
that
cool.
was a little bit out of her wheelhouse, but they've been with us now about 4 years, and they do a great job. And then of course we got the support staff there in the office and the warehouse, Dave and Kevin. And we've had a gal come to work for us a few years ago. She told me for years that she was going to come to work for me when she retired, and she did. She said, I'm going to work for you 3 days a week, and that's going to last for about 2 or 3 years, and then I'm going to Florida. So now she's a snowbird, and she goes to Florida. Her and her husband Dwayne go to Florida every winter. But Sherry helps us out there in the office and in the warehouse through the summer when they decide to move back north, and when we get warmed up here for them. So,
Okay.
But no, I just got a fantastic group of folks, and of course my wife Judy, she helps us out. When we get really busy, she'll grab a hold and take care of an auction. And so I just couldn't do it without all the folks around me.
Right. Absolutely. Rusty, appreciate your time. Appreciate you letting us know here about the New Salem Lions Club auction that will be on February 25th, and I look forward to seeing you there, man.
Yeah, I can't wait for you and I to get to really spend a day working together, and I appreciate the opportunity, Andy. You know, put me on your podcast there, the Before the Bid podcast, and to help get the word out. Like I said, this is a really great organization and a great auction, and I'm just trying to really kind of spread the word just a little bit for this organization, and try to make it a bigger success than it already is.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. 56 years running, and still trying to grow this thing and make it even bigger.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
I think that's great. Rusty, I appreciate it very much. And again, guys, New Salem Lions Club auction, February 25th. Be there because it will start at 9 o'clock a.m. or be online for the 2 simulcast rings that you can watch that. Again, we want to thank our guest, Rusty Harmeyer from Harmeyer Auction and Appraisal. And we want to thank you for listening to another edition of Before the Bid podcast.